welcome to the More Free Time Portland podcast. Do you feel like there's just not enough time in your day? Overwhelmed with all the responsibilities of life? This podcast was designed to give you practical tools and resources to not only get more free time, but to help you thrive as a mom, wife, and busy professional and help you win back your day. If you're receiving tons of value from this podcast, subscribe, rate, and review so that we can help more people like you. Now, on to the show with me, your host, Ashley Whaley. Hello. How are you guys? I am so pumped to be here as always. And we have got a fun topic of discussion for you today. And that is the question of the hour. And that is, does cleaning your house count as exercise? And we were doing a little bit of research, and it turns out that that is a very common asked question of those of us in today's society. So, does it? Does cleaning your house count as exercise? So I have always thought that it counted because I've always had a cleaning company and cleaned house all my life. And what I found after doing a little bit of research was definitely interesting. So I've got a couple, fun facts here in the beginning, and then I'm going to wrap things up with my thoughts on cleaning and exercise and just kind of my input and take on things. But from WebMD, it says that the American Heart Association counts housework as moderate exercise. However, you'd have to do 4 hours a day of it if you were training for a marathon. So no one disputes that doing chores can burn calories. So of course, doing chores can burn calories, but does it really count as exercise? So from Women's Health, it says that any kind of physical activity should help people manage their weight, right? Is that right? Of course, but that's not always necessarily the case. So breaking a sweat while cleaning won't help you slim down, according to a new research from the University of Ulster in Ireland. So scientists there interviewed 4,600 people about their weekly physical activity, and both traditional workouts and any activity that raised their heart rate, and they found that those who included housework as part of their routine were actually heavier on average than those who opted for more traditional forms of exercise. So it's definitely very interesting. So, and then it goes on to say, so why the clean, not lean connection? Experts have several theories. It says it could be because people simply overestimate the amount of calories that they burn doing chores. And many women think that doing housework means they don't need to do additional exercise. They'll think, oh, I was already active today, but chances are that's not enough, explains Melina Japolis, who is an MD and at a Los Angeles-based diet and nutrition doctor and author of The Calendar Diet. So again, this is all fun facts pulled from Women's Health. And then she goes on to say that the more surprising theory is that it has to do with food. So when you're doing housework, you often end up snacking more since you're at home. And she says that even though doing housework does burn calories, it often doesn't make up for the extra calories you take in while munching in the process. So her advice, which is so true, so sound, and totally applicable, is her advice is, if you're at home a lot, don't stock your fridge with every Trader Joe's dip known to man. Oh my gosh, Trader Joe's has the best snacks, and it's no wonder why there's always a line on the outside of Trader Joe's for people waiting to get in. But the allure of snacking is variety. So if you don't have as many options, you won't be as tempted to graze, which again makes total sense. And then she suggests that you want to aim to work out for 30 minutes, 3 to 5 times per week, because even if you've mastered the fine art of kitchen floor broom dancing, which we've all done, right? I mean, come on. And she says, even if you've mastered the fine art of kitchen floor broom dancing, it's just not the same as sweating it out on the gym floor, which, of course, right? So with that being said, I'd love to give you my insight around cleaning as exercise and what I've experienced in cleaning my own house and cleaning for others. Sometimes I've cleaned as many as 6 houses in a day, which I know, that's crazy. That's right. I said 6 houses in a day. Some of you are probably like, whoa, holy moly. I don't even want to clean my own house, let alone 6 houses. I know, it's crazy. It's a lot. But with that being said, what I found is that when adding in traditional exercise, that really helps boost overall well-being. So even though I was being incredibly physically active while cleaning, I still needed to add in some traditional exercise to really boost overall well-being. And I'll dive into a little bit more of why that is as I continue on here. But first of all, I totally agree with women's health description. I'm 100% guilty of being a grazer when I'm at home. And so it's so easy to quickly grab a snack all day or just snack all day long, especially, right? Because when your kids are there, they're constantly asking for food and they want snacks, and our kids are always hungry. And so when I'm getting them a snack, I'm like, oh, that looks tasty, right? So I really do my best to keep things on hand that will bless my body versus sugary, carb-loaded snacks. However, those are totally the things that I crave. So I've had to become very mindful and strategic with snacks and what we keep our pantry and fridge stocked with. So I typically have snacks for myself, and then I've got snacks for our kids that they can really indulge in. So an example of this would be like I love to snack on like some cheese and some meat. And my kids love to snack on goldfish and pirate booty. So for me to grab, some cheese and meat or some strawberries, blueberries, healthy fruits, that's going to be better for me as the mama versus me like pouring myself a big old bowl of goldfish, right? So just being very mindful of that. But going back to earlier when I mentioned that I would clean 6 houses a day, which again is crazy, the amount of steps I would rack up throughout the day and the calories that I burned were very high. I mean, sometimes you're just like dripping in sweat by the time you're done with the house and then you're moving on to the next. But that type of cleaning is far more excessive than if I were just to clean my own house. And so the only caveat is that with a full workload and labor-intensive job, what I found was that mentally I would be like, oh, I just burned all these calories throughout the day. I can, of course, go home and eat a huge cheeseburger and all the delicious sides and 2 servings of dessert. And that's really not the case. What I needed to do was really establish some healthy boundaries on what my mind thought as an actual workout, and then what my mind thought my body needed to eat after a long day's work. So that's something to keep in mind. Maybe you own a house cleaning business, or maybe you do something that's very labor intensive and you think to yourself, well, I've just been on my feet all day. I don't need to do any additional exercise. Or I've been on my feet all day burning all these calories. Now I can just, kind of eat whatever I want. And you're finding that maybe you've hit a wall when it comes to your health goals. Well, that could be, the frame of mind that you need to change. So just some thoughts there. But what I found is that my mind and body crave food now that blesses my body and a daily workout. So I like to mix up my workouts with cardio, which would be either walking or running. I love yoga and I love barre. So if I can get at least 30 minutes of intentional exercise for the day, it gives me mental clarity, it boosts my mood, and it gives me energy, which we all need energy. When we're busy, we're running, working, running a business, taking care of our kids, taking care of our husband, doing all the things that we need to do, like having that additional 30 minutes of intentional exercise outside of cleaning my house really does help. And then I just like to look at, any extra physical activity as just a bonus. So if I get my 30 minutes in and then I clean my house, well, that's just a bonus, right? So let's see. I think that pretty much sums up what I really, wanted to share with you about this topic. But hopefully that answers the question of does cleaning your house really count as exercise? And I just think, you want to consider cleaning your house as a bonus, not as a substantial source of exercise to boost your overall health. And just find a way to move your body that works for you and that you enjoy and look forward to. And if you need any tips or ideas at all, please feel free to send me a DM on Instagram, and I am happy to help. So thank you for listening, and I look forward to chatting with you guys again soon. Hey guys, thanks so much for listening. If you found value in this podcast, we'd love it if you would subscribe, rate, and review. And please share it with a friend. We love making friends, so let's please connect on social. You can find me on Instagram at Ashley T. Whaley or our cleaning company at More Free Time Cleaning. Until next time, bye guys.